In a daring and unprecedented move that has sent shockwaves through Moscow, Ukraine has not only taken the fight across the border but has also carved out a buffer zone deep within Russian territory. The demolition of 3 critical bridges in Kursk region by Ukrainian forces isn't just a military maneuver, it's a bold statement. This audacious action underscores Ukraine's growing confidence and determination to hit Russia where it hurts, signaling a significant shift in the war's dynamics. Militarily, this incursion has dealt a severe blow to Russian logistics and morale. The destruction of key infrastructure has disrupted Russian supply lines, isolating troops and complicating any efforts to mount a coordinated defense. By establishing a buffer zone, Ukraine has effectively pushed the front lines deeper into Russian territory, creating a protective barrier that not only shields its own border regions but also puts Russian military assets at increased risk. Strategic disruption. The destruction of bridges in the Kursk region has critically disrupted Russian supply lines and troop movements, complicating Russia's ability to reinforce its positions and respond to Ukrainian advances. This tactical move has weakened the Russian military's logistical support in the area, potentially isolating Russian forces stationed further away from their main supply hubs. Buffer zone impact. The establishment of a buffer zone within Russian territory aims to prevent Russian forces from launching artillery and missile attacks on Ukrainian border areas. By pushing the front lines deeper into Russia, Ukraine has created a physical barrier that makes it more difficult for Russia to conduct effective cross-border strikes, thereby improving the security of Ukrainian border regions. Psychological and propaganda impact. The incursion into Russian territory and the creation of a buffer zone have had a psychological impact on both Russian forces and the domestic Russian population. This marks one of the most significant cross-border operations since the start of the war, showcasing Ukrainian military capabilities and demoralizing Russian troops and citizens. The move also serves as a propaganda tool for Ukraine, demonstrating its ability to take the fight into Russian soil. Politically, the effects are explosive. The escalation risks are palpable, as Russia faces increased pressure to respond forcefully, which could lead to an even broader and more destructive conflict. Within Russia, the narrative of invincibility is crumbling, with internal dissent bubbling to the surface as reality contradicts official reports. Ukraine's strategy may polarize its allies, with some hailing it as a necessary act of self-defense, while others fear it might provoke huge escalation. Increased tensions and escalation risks. The buffer zone's creation and the destruction of key infrastructure inside Russia have likely escalated tensions between the two nations. Russia might feel compelled to retaliate more aggressively, possibly broadening the scope of the conflict or resorting to more destructive tactics. This escalation could further complicate diplomatic efforts and reduce the chances of negotiations. Domestic reactions in Russia. The incursion into Russian territory has sparked significant concern within Russia, leading to emergency declarations in multiple regions. The Russian government has sought to downplay Ukrainian gains, but influential Russian military bloggers and other sources have contradicted official reports, highlighting the challenges the Russian military faces. This internal discord may increase pressure on the Russian government to respond more forcefully. International repercussions. Ukraine's bold actions may affect international perceptions and support. Some Western allies may view this escalation as a justified defensive measure, while others might fear it could provoke a wider conflict. Ukraine's success in establishing a buffer zone could also strengthen its position in any future negotiations by demonstrating its military effectiveness. Ukraine's bold offensive and the creation of a buffer zone within Russian territory marks a pivotal moment in the war, a clear message that the Ukrainian military is not only defending but is now on the offensive, capable of striking deep into Russian soil. This operation has destabilized Russian military operations and sent shockwaves through the Russian political landscape. Ukraine's actions have ignited a new phase in the conflict, leaving the future of the war more unpredictable than ever.